Dear student, in the last video, we had started with chapter number 15, Our Environment, and we had discussed what is ecosystem and food chain. Let us continue with the food chain and we will see the various terms which are related to the food chain. First term that we are going to discuss is trophic levels. What do you mean by trophic levels? If you have seen that in a food chain there are various levels. Here in this picture you can see that the various steps forms the trophic level in a food chain. The autotrophs or the producers forms the first trophic level. The herbivorous or the primary consumers forms the second trophic level. The small carnivores or the secondary consumers forms the third trophic level. Large carnivores or the tertiary consumers forms the fourth trophic level and so on. If you will notice in a food chain that the organisms are dependent on each other for food. So, there is a flow of energy from one component of the system to the another. Let us now study what is the flow of energy. In this figure, you can see that the ultimate source of energy is the sun. It is the green plants which take the energy of the sun and prepare their food. This energy is used by plant for their own growth and development. This energy will also be transferred to the next trophic level when the organism will feed on plants directly or indirectly. But we will notice that the energy transferred to the each trophic level will be decreased. Let us understand this. The green plant in a terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of the energy of sunlight that falls on their leaves and convert it into food energy. When green plants are eaten by primary consumers, a great deal of energy is lost. As heat to the environment, some amount of energy goes into digestion and doing work, and the rest goes towards growth and reproduction. An average of 10% of the food eaten is turned into its own body and it is made available for the next level of consumers. Therefore, 10% can be taken as an average value for the amount of organic matter that is present at each trophic level, and then it reaches to the next level of consumers. From this figure, we can conclude that 10% of the energy is available at each trophic level of the previous trophic level, and 90% of the energy at each trophic level is lost in the form of heat energy in the environment or will be utilized in the life process such as digestion, growth, development, reproduction, etc. 10% of the energy will go to the next trophic level. Here you can see that producers are having 10,000 kilocalories of energy. 90% of this will be used up in the life processes or will be lost into the environment in the form of heat. Only 10% will be left that will be available to the next tropic level. You can see here that at the primary consumer level, 1000 kilocalories of energy is present. That is 10% of the previous energy level. Now, 90% of this energy will be lost in the form of heat in the environment or will be utilized in the life processes. Similarly, you can see at the secondary consumer level, they have got only 100 kilocalories to be used. 90% of this energy will be utilized in the life processes or will be lost in the form of heat in the environment. And only 10% of this energy will be available at the next tropic level. You can see here at the tertiary consumer level, they had got only 10% of the energy, that is about 10 kilocalories. This availability of 10% of energy at each tropic level is termed as 10% law. Since so little energy is available for the next level of consumer, food chain generally consists of only 3 or 4 steps. The loss of energy at each step is so great that very little usable energy remains after 4 tropic levels. In this flow of energy, you will notice that the energy is flowing in one direction, from the producer to the consumers, and thus we can say that the flow of energy is unidirectional. Let us study another aspect of food chain, biomagnification. Increase in the concentration of a pollutant as it passes from one tropic level to the next is termed as biomagnification. Let us understand this. We are using several pesticides and other chemicals to protect our crops from diseases and pests. These chemicals are either washed down into the soil or into the water bodies. From the soil, these chemicals will be taken up by the plants along with water and minerals. Similarly, if chemicals are going into the water bodies, then these are taken up by the aquatic plants and animals. In this way, it enters into the food chain. As chemicals are not decomposed, so they get deposited at progressively at each tropic level. As the tropic level increases, this amount of chemicals also increases. So we can say that the highest accumulation deposition is found in human beings, as human beings occupies the top level in any of the food chain. These chemicals are harmful to the health as they cannot be removed by washing. These food grains, fruit, vegetable, meat, etc., in which the chemicals are present, when we are washing them before consuming, the chemicals are not removed. So, what can be done? It is advised to go for organic farming in which manures are used instead of chemicals. They are more safe and do not pollute soil and water and keep the environment clean. I hope the topic that we had studied today is clear to you. We'll continue with the same chapter in the next video. Thank you and take care of yourself.